I made $11,976 this morning trading the S&P 500 futures. Here's exactly how I did it and how you all can do this exact same thing. So first things first, let's go verify that I did actually make this money. Here's my broker statement. You guys can see that I was able to make $11,976. I was in this trade for 33 minutes. This was the only trade that I took today. Obviously, after a win like that, I do not need to be taking any more trades. So let's talk about it. This setup was my favorite setup of all time. If you guys know this channel, if you guys know what I stand for, you know that I love the break and retest setup. So let's talk about the break and retest setup. What we are doing is we are marking out this candle right here at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the New York Forex session starts. This is when the New York session starts getting active. This is when the banks, the hedge funds start trading ES. They start trading NQ. This is different from the stock market open. The stock market opens at 9:30 a.m. and we'll talk about that in one moment. But the first thing that you need to understand is the level that we're marking out. So we mark this out on the 15-minute time frame, this candle right here. Once that happens, we then wait until about 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the stock market open, because that's when the big volume comes in and that's when we want to be trading. So the 8 a.m. is what we use to get our level, our zone or our level, whatever you want to call it, and the 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that is a time that once it reaches that time, that's when we want to start thinking about taking trades, because that's when the volume starts to come in. So today I was looking for a break to the downside. That's the first part of the break and retest. So when we got the break, I said, okay, now I'm going to look for a retest. Retest simply means touch, right? Or retouch. Test means touch. So when you hear a trader say, I think we're going to test this level, like if you hear me say, I think we're going to test this level, that means I think we're going to touch this level. So retest, retouch. We retested this New York open. I took shorts right there. I got into shorts literally right here. I had my stops slightly above this midpoint, and I got out of shorts right there. And that trade gave me about 30 points, 28 points, with a risk reward of 1 to 295, so pretty much 1 to 3, which is a really, really great trade to take. I absolutely love this trade. This has been my only trade so far this week, which not bad at all, up $12,000 in a week. I cannot complain. This week's been pretty choppy, so I've been pretty patient this week, and it's paid off. It's paid off because yesterday, I'm not gonna lie guys, I kind of wanted to get into a trade, but I didn't see anything, so I didn't take the trade. Today, I saw exactly what I wanted to see. I took the trade, I made money, and it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful, just like that. One thing I do want to stress is you guys should be very clear on when you are trading. I see a lot of beginner traders struggle because they don't know when they are trading. You guys cannot find consistency in your trading if you're not doing things consistently. Like, I know that sounds simple, but hear me out. If you are trading at 9 a.m. one day and 2 p.m. the next day and 5 p.m. the next day, you are not going to be finding patterns. If you want to find patterns, you have to trade at the same exact time every day, because then you'll notice things that start to repeat themselves. For example, me personally, and if you guys are watching me, I suggest that you all do this. I trade from 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 11. So I'm trading for just under 3 hours. And what that does is, firstly, it keeps my mind clear, because we are not robots. We can only make so many decisions every single day. If you guys have been trading all day, you'll know that at the end of the day, you are not making good decisions. So first thing that does is it keeps my mind super sharp, super clear. The second thing that does is it allows me to find setups very consistently, because I know right around 9:35, right around 9:40, I'm gonna be looking for that break and retest. I'm gonna be looking for that bounce. So first step in your trading plan is having a really, really good, and not even good, but just a systematic time that you are going to be trading. Another window that you guys could choose to do is you could do 12 to 3. You could even do 1 to 3. There's been a lot of really good setups in the PM session. You could even do 10 to 12. You could have taken this bounce off of this low. This is another great trade using our strategy. So basically, right here, you would have just been waiting for this bounce. Once we got the bounce, you would have entered longs right there. Have your stop at about 10 points. Could have targeted, a nice little 30 points, 1 to 3 risk reward. So there's always going to be setups, guys. But if you want to find these setups, and if you want to find these setups every single day, you need to make sure that, 1, you have a really good trading plan, and 2, which is honestly the most important part, you have a good strategy in place. Every single day, when I open up the charts, I know exactly what I'm looking for. There is zero guesswork. I am saying, okay, I like what I'm seeing, bam, I'm taking a trade. Even if it loses, I know that over time, my strategy is profitable because I back tested it. I have the data on it. So I'm not worried about taking a small loss here and there. I am, however, worried about deviating from my strategy, because why would I do that? I would never do that. And a lot of you guys don't even have a strategy. So when I trade, I know that I have a good strategy in place. I know that I have a good plan in place, so I can trade with confidence. Like when I'm trading, guys, I'm not stressed out. I'm sitting here chilling. I'm sipping my water, listening to some music, like I'm enjoying it. And when I used to trade, before I had a strategy, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be very, very stressed out. I would be extremely stressed out. I would just be, all over the place, not knowing what to do. But real quick, I want to show you guys some results from some people in our community who were able to get in on this exact same trade, seeing as how I sent it out to all of them, and they just understand my strategy at a very deep level. So if we go into the profit section of the Discord, this is where everybody posts their trading profits. So right here, people are just sharing the money that they've made. So AJ took that same trade. AJ made $5,000 by 9:35 in the morning. Jeez. He's loving the community. That's what we do. That's our catchphrase. That's what we do pretty much just means we make money. When you hear us say that's what we do is we make money. So that's why it's our catchphrase. I said it in a video one time and it just kind of caught on and I love it. Makes me happy. P Stunts had a nice profit of $160. Heatless made about $1,000 right there. Boom, I love to see that. Mikhail, shout out my man Mikhail. He made $1,200 taking that break and retest. So did Aaron. You can see Aaron right here made, how much did he make? $672, and he said that he took that exact same break and retest. And you guys can see it very clearly. When you have access to one, literally the exact same setups that I'm taking, you can do this. And two, when you are talking with me every single day, watching my videos, listening to my live streams, you are able to understand my strategy at a very deep level. So even if you weren't reading my game plan, you could probably know the exact same trade that I'm going to take. But to make it easier, you have access to my game plan right here, which I literally told you guys that we were going to see a break and retest. That's how all these people got in on this. Jay made about $835. He was in that same trade, ES shorts, around 10-12. So he took that break and retest. Damn. Ben made a shit ton of money. He's copy trading on multiple accounts. So basically what he's doing is he probably has like I don't even know, like 10 funded accounts, and he's basically stacking them on top of each other. So he is just making a shit ton of money. And mind you, this is not gonna happen overnight. Like when you guys join, you're not gonna make, $20,000 in a day immediately, but eventually, if you keep putting in the work, you'll be just like Ben. MPJR took that exact same break and retest as me. He said break and retest, boom, he made $550 or 550 Great British Pounds. So I'm not gonna do the conversion live. If you guys want to convert that into dollars, you can do that. But he made some money taking that break and retest. That's the main point that I want to get across. And X Money made $1,000 off of that break and retest. Boom. Day 15 also took literally the exact same trade as me. I get so happy when I see that because it just shows me that you guys are following along and that you guys are just putting in the work and listening to what I'm sending out. So he took that same exact trade as me, same entry, and damn, he made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He made about like $8,000 off of that. Honestly, a little bit more. Max said he took the same trade as me. Bucket Kev also took that break and retest. John said he stole my idea and he applied it to NQ and he's about to pass the eval. That's the beautiful thing, guys. When you have access to profitable information, you can literally be like, oh, what's RP thinking? RP's looking for a break and retest? Okay, I'm gonna short. Simple as that. Killa Kitty, boom, I love to see this. Killa Kitty is a great member of our Discord. He was a very early member, and when he first joined, tons of issues, guys, and he's profitable now, so I love to see that. He made $500 today. EZ also took that break and retest. And Benjamin passed his second funded account. So yeah, people are absolutely crushing it. And the reason that people are able to crush it is because they have access to profitable information. It's very simple. If you guys knew exactly what trade I was going to take and you took that same trade as me, you would have made a lot of money today. You would have made a lot of money. Simple as that. But you didn't. And I'm not saying like you can 100% not be successful on your own, but what I am saying is that if you try to be successful on your own, it's gonna take you probably like 10 times longer. I know personally, I had help. I talked to my godfather. My godfather was working at Goldman Sachs. He was a leading trader on the floor. He was making a shit ton of money, and he had a strategy that was already working. So I called him up. He didn't call me up. I called him up and I said, "Hey man, I'm struggling with this whole trading thing." I honestly told him that I thought it was a scam. I saw people on the internet and I was like, "Dude, I don't think this is real." And he showed me a strategy. He goes, "Okay, if you want to actually make money, listen to me. Forget all these fucking indicators. Forget all this support and resistance BS. This is how the market actually moves." And he explained to me liquidity. He explained psychology. So I took that and I shifted it around just a little bit because I was trading ES and he was trading NQ. So I shifted it around just a little bit. And here we are. now I have a profitable strategy in place. And the great thing about this is now I can teach it to other people. That's how I've been able to grow on social media. That's how I've been able to grow this Discord. That's how I've been able to, make a name for myself in the trading world, because this stuff works. And it's very easy to see that it works because you see me taking this trade and then you see, 20 people taking the exact same trade as me. You can't fake that, right? Like, you cannot fake that. It shows that, one, the strategy is simple. A lot of these people are very new to trading. And two, it's profitable. It works. If it didn't work, nobody would follow me. Nobody would join my Discord. Nobody would watch my videos. So it's kind of like the proof is in the pudding. But that's my trade recap on my trade today. Only trade this week. So I'm currently sitting at I made $12,000 this week and I made $10,000 last week. So I'm currently up about $22,000 in the last 2 weeks, which is quite nice. And that's just off of trading futures. I also trade crypto and sometimes I'll trade options. But little trade recap for you all today. I just wanted to record this, show you all exactly what's going on. If you'd like to join the premium community and get access to all of our trades, get access to my strategy, you can click the link in the description of this video, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Peace out.